Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to File Feature Friday on Thursday this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Amy Taylor from Lulu Bean Designs, and today we are going to be painting the Peeps tiered tray file. So I'm going to just give you all a few minutes to hop on, and I'm going to get everything hooked up. Hopefully I have figured this video thing out today and it will work for me. So don't comment, you can comment, but don't comment sprinkled quite yet. Hang on one second and let me see if this works. Let's see. If you are coming in, then say hi and tell me what you're doing today. I'm getting my little chat bot all hooked up. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Christine, if you're watching, hi Lisa, good afternoon. Christine, if you're watching, it's not letting me click. It's not letting me click on it. It's not grayed out. It's like light blued out, if that makes any sense. The select a post thing on the growth tool. It's not letting me select it. So if you could link it to the video if you're watching, I would greatly appreciate it. You're driving home from Great Wolf Lodge, Shauna. That's so exciting. I've never gone there. I've been wanting to go there. Hi, Donna. Hey, Vanessa. Hi, Lisa. Hey, happy Thursday, everyone. Okay, so what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to paint the Peeps tiered tray file. And as you know, on File Feature Friday, the file is always 50% off. So the code is bunny to get the 50% off, and it is active now. So you can go ahead and get the file if you want to, or you can wait until we're done. You can always watch this video in the replay if you miss anything at all. Once the video is complete, you can go back and you can play it again and you can watch it in the replay. So I hope everybody's having a good day, and I think I have everything fixed. I have it, it's not in selfie mode today, so you're going to be able to see everything in the right direction. So let me angle you down so you can see what I'm doing. And if y'all would sprinkle the video, I would greatly appreciate it. That always helps my business. So thank you for sharing the video. Oops, I said the share word. Sprinkling the video and commenting sprinkled. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I have got all my little pieces cut out here. And I wanted to show you real quick. And y'all probably know this because, you know, we're all laser cutters. But if you have not used rubbing alcohol to get your engraving like haze off of here, that's what I normally do. So I'm just going to grab a paper towel for our big bunny here and just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it, and that haze around there just comes right off. I know some people use what's the other kind of alcohol? Here, let me refresh this so I can see your comments. The other kind of denatured alcohol is what I was told to use, but honestly I just use rubbing alcohol because I had it in my bathroom and it works. All right, let me see so I can see what y'all are saying. Lisa, I mean, you can use it to cut vinyl, but yeah, you can cut vinyl with these. Every file is a little bit different. I mean, you're not going to be able to do the shiplap lines with vinyl, you know, because you can't engrave. So like this is whiteboard with shiplap lines. Okay, so this came right off. And the colors that I'm going to use today, I never know until I get ready to go live. I just sort of pull a bunch of colors and just see like what I'm feeling. So I've got my Posca pens. Y'all know I love Posca pens. And I'm thinking I'm going to do the big bunny maybe in pink. But I'm not going to actually use a Posca pen for the big bunny because he's just too big to deal with like doing a little marker. I'm going to use regular paint for him. Thank y'all for sprinkling. So this color is, and I try to find colors that match up to my Posca colors just because if I mix them, I want all the colors to match. So this Posca color is, let's see. I always have a hard time finding the colors on here. Some of them have a color, and I don't think some of them do, because I don't see, oh, light pink, there it is. It's really hard to find, so that's light pink. This is Bubblegum Pink by Decoart. It is cold and blustery out today. Is it cold where you guys are? I mean, like the wind is blowing so hard, it's banging my door hanger against my door all day long. Oops, of course there's a dog hair. There's always a dog hair whenever I try to craft. And you know, y'all know I don't mask. I'm just gonna try to paint around these engraving eyes on here, these engraved eyes. So I did, what is it called? Mine's called when I do an engrave on my commercial laser, it's called a fill. But for y'all, it's called an engrave. So I did an engrave instead of a score for the eyes, so they would be filled in. But if I happen to get paint in there, I can always go back with a black marker. But I'm trying just to paint around there, or I could have masked. I'm not a masker. Someone commented and asked the other day about what masking paper I use when I do mask, because occasionally I do mask. And I have it on my supply list. So if you ever wonder about any of these supplies, the pens, the glue, masking paper, what else? I don't know, anything else that I use in these videos. If you type the word supply, well, actually, I don't think it's going to work. I haven't heard back from my VA. If you go to my website, lulubeandesigns.com, then I have a supply list. So just click on supply list and you'll see everything that I use. Oh, it was 80 yesterday, Tracy, but it's 59 today. That is such a difference. Good grief. Yeah, it's really cold out there today. Blustery. Okay, so I think that's the perfect pink color for a peep. Doesn't that look like a pink peep to y'all? So cute. I love it. All right, we'll let him dry. Let's see. Put him over here. The code, right. The code is Bunny for the 50% off. 32 in New Jersey, but the wind is horrible. And 34 in Maryland. Yeah, it is pretty chilly here on the East Coast, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and get these little guys done. So these bunnies, I'm gonna Mod Podge. And so I have some blue gingham paper, scrapbook paper, that I cut out of, with my laser. So, and a lot of people ask me about the settings. Since I have a commercial laser, I'm never sure what to tell y'all about the Glowforge settings. So if someone else would kindly comment and tell people what setting to use for cardstock. I have a cardstock setting in my library, and so I just usually do that, and that works for me, but it takes very little power, I will tell you, to cut cardstock because it's so thin. I have a brand new thing of Mod Podge here because my Mod Podge was all dried up, and guess what, y'all? I have a new thing of glue because y'all know I was trying to make that glue last. You went to bed with the AC on and you woke up under blankets. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. And I have a new background here. This is contact paper that should be wipeable. So I should be able to like wipe paint drips off of it when I get done, which is nice. I'm going to see how that works. I tried to clean off my desk and like be all neat and ready today and get rid of a bunch of stuff that was just taking up space, because I feel like my craft desk is just a catch-all for, you know, all kinds of stuff that I don't want sitting out in the rest of my house. So, okay, this is just, what kind of Mod Podge is this? This is matte Mod Podge. And I'm just going to put a layer down, not too thick, but I'm going to put a layer down on here. Do you guys use Mod Podge? Comment and let me know if you're a Mod Podge person, if you've ever used it, if you've never used it, let me know. So I'm thinking this weekend that I'm gonna make some Valentine's Day cocoa bombs, because I made Christmas cocoa bombs and I bought all the stuff to make Valentine's ones, and I have not gotten around to making them. And I don't wanna just, you know, waste all that stuff that I bought. So I was hoping to get them done a little bit sooner. But hopefully people will still want to buy some, because last time when I made them, I didn't even make them to sell. Mod Podge, and somebody said Mod Podge and then cut. Tell me what you mean by Mod Podge and then cut. I'm not sure what you meant by that. So then I'm just going to put a layer of Mod Podge on top, because that's already wanting to peel up. And I can see a little bit of char marks mixed in with the white on this cardstock. So you could probably take alcohol and clean up the edges a lot, real good, you know, before you do the Mod Podging, so that you don't end up with char mixed in. But it kind of looks, you know, whoops, there goes his ear. It kind of looks rustic to me. Y'all know I always try, that's my excuse for things not looking perfect, right? Is that they're rustic. Okay, so there's one little bunny. I like to think of, I think the Pioneer Woman is where I got that. I think she said that she calls things rustic when they're not perfect. I know I've heard it somewhere before, but I like that thought process. Then I don't get as stressed about everything looking so perfect. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit more on this bunny, because I didn't put very much on the last bunny, and that paper wasn't wanting to stick very good. Oh, my kitty is trying to talk to y'all. He hears me talking and there's nobody else in here, so he's like, are you talking to me? He might start talking to y'all in just a minute. What are you doing, buddy? Where are you? I don't even know where he is. My animals are always in here with me. I have a chocolate lab and one cat, and they love to sit in my craft room. I rearranged my craft room last year, and I got a sofa. I'm just smearing that on there. Hold on, let me see. I'm getting like char marks mixed in. So I rearranged my craft room last year, and I really have wanted just like a place to sit in here and just kind of hang out, or like sit when I'm working on my computer and be comfortable. So I bought just like a small apartment-sized sofa. This is actually my formal dining room. It's not really, you know, a craft room, I guess. But I took over my formal dining room because we really didn't use it. Okay, there we go. We'll let him dry. He's cute and rustic too, right? All right, let me get a baby wipe and clean up my mess here. Let me see what y'all are saying. I've used it for Christmas tree balls with glitter cardstock, and you mask and cut them out with a laser. I would have to see that, Jillian. That sounds really pretty. It's more prep work, but worth it. Have you ever put the paper on with Mod Podge on the wood and then cut it with a laser? No, Vanessa, but I think that's what someone else was saying the other day. I think my friend Joy suggested that. I think she was the one who told me to try that. That's a good idea. All right, so that might work better. This is actually, his little ears wanting to peel up, so I'm gonna put a little bit more Mod Podge underneath there. I'm not a real experienced Mod Podger, I'll be honest with y'all. I didn't use it a whole lot before I got my laser, so I'm just pulling it back out and playing. Here we go. And that one's wanting to bubble a little bit. just makes it more rustic, right? It's rustic. Okay, we're gonna let these guys dry over here. Let me put my top of my alcohol. Do y'all use rubbing alcohol or denatured alcohol? Oh, Lisa, I miss talking to you too. Thank you, that's so sweet. I haven't been live in a while though, so you didn't really miss anything. Like this is, I've started going live again recently. All right, now what I did was, for this one, for lots of the pieces, several of the pieces, I cut them out of whiteboard. So I'll show you which ones I did. I did the backer, the backers for the two rectangular signs with whiteboard. Look how nicely whiteboard engraves. Can y'all see that? I mean, it is just nice and clean, and I just love it. Like I've said before, I wish whiteboard came in every color because I sure would buy it. And it's $6 a sheet. Look at that, how clean that is. When you first cut and engrave whiteboard, you end up with a lot of like black or brown, you know, haze all around here. It looks like a hot mess. I'll take a picture of it the next time I do it. And it looks like you've totally messed this up and it's going to be a nightmare to clean. But what I do is I just spray a little bit of Windex on a cloth, just like a paper towel or a microfiber cloth. And I just really clean it good. And then I go around the edges too, because you will get black on your fingers from the sides. So and you kind of have to rub it fairly hard to get it off, but it comes off and it's just nice and clean. So that's why I love whiteboard. It saves me from painting all these white pieces. And like I said, it's $6 at Lowe's or Home Depot for a 24 by 36 sheet that fits like perfectly in my laser bed. Where do I get my whiteboard? From Lowe's or Home Depot. I'll link it when I finish the video. I don't have that one on my website. Do you mask the whiteboard? I don't mask the whiteboard. You could, I guess, and then you wouldn't have all the black marks, but really it comes off pretty easily and you don't need to waste your masking and waste your time doing your masking. Okay, let's see what we want to do. I've got a little picture I'm looking at to reference what we're going to do here. Let me do, all right, we will do the Honey Bunny tag. And so we're going to need our little banner and one of what are these things called? Do y'all know that you put on tags? I don't know. They look so cute, but I have no idea what they're called. Comment and tell me if you know what those things are called. Okay, so I'm going to paint my little banner this like teal color. It's something green. I can't read it. It just says P dot green, whatever that means. And this looks like it's probably going to need 2 coats. Washer. Yeah, I think they are called washers. You're right. I guess it's the same thing they're called when they're metal, like the tools, right? Like when you buy them in the tool section or the, you know, with all the nails and screws and all that. So yeah, I guess they probably are called washers, even though they're wood. All right, so I'll let that dry a little bit and I'll do another coat on there. And then we'll do the washer in, let's see, maybe purple. I love all these bright spring colors. The purple goes on a lot thicker. Maybe I needed to shake that teal color. These markers last a while too. A lot of people always ask me how long the markers last because they're, you know, they don't want to spend the money because I guess they're afraid they're going to run out of ink pretty quick. But mine have lasted a long time and I use them all the time. Vanessa said the wind just knocked over her fence panel. Oh my Lord. I'm telling you, my laser's in my garage and I've been, let me get some ink out of here. Maybe I'll get it to go on thicker this time. And you could just hear the wind blowing against the garage door. I probably could have sanded this a little bit. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I probably could sand it and then paint it again, but I'm not going to do that on video. But it's a little rough. This is 1/8 inch. All this wood is 1/8 inch birch. I ordered it off Amazon, but I probably could find a better deal. Where do y'all get your 1/8 inch birch? let me know, because I get mine on Amazon. I can't remember the seller, but I get it on there, and because, well, I wasn't ordering it very often for a while, so, you know, I didn't need like a whole bunch of it, so I would just order. Oh, am I gonna have to cut the tip off of this? Probably. Let me see. This is a brand new bottle. Yeah. All right, hang on. Where's my little scissors? So this is my Stick Fast glue. Y'all know I always use my Stick Fast thick. And this is a brand new bottle because I was struggling last time to try to use up that last little bit. So I think I have to snip the tip off. Wait a minute, let me open it up. I can't even remember. Let me see if it's already open inside. All right, it's open inside, but it's not coming out. So let's snip the tip off. It's rustic, yes. I'm trying to get just like the smallest amount of glue to come out. I don't want a big blob with all these little things that I glue. Oh, now it's coming out kind of in a blob. Well, I tried. Jenny, why do you like Home Depot's whiteboard better? Tell us why. I can't get directly over that to see if it's on there straight. I think it's on there. Does it cut better for some reason? Because if you look at the, I thought one was different than the other two, but if you look at the skew on the back of it, I think they're the same. I think it's the exact same skew. So I think you're cutting the exact same material, if I'm not mistaken. Because I've heard a lot of people say they think one is better than the other, but I think they're the same thing. Maybe it's just all in our heads. I don't know. Okay, so there's our little honey bunny tag. How cute. All right, that's two of our little pieces. We'll set him over there. I need another table like back here to set my pieces on to dry. All right, what are we going to do next? Let's do hanging with my peeps. So we're going to need to paint all our little bunnies. We have 5 little bunnies. You get yours from a seller on Etsy. Okay, I'll have to check that out. All right, we have 5 little bunnies. So, and I've got 5 colors, so perfect. And I think I'll just keep on with my paint pens for these little bunnies. Yeah, because I'm starting to get a little bit low on my 1/8 inch, and I've been using it a lot more often because I've been doing tiered trays and shakers. I used to use 1/4 inch for my tiered trays just because that's what I cut my blanks out of, because I sell blanks on Etsy. And so I have, you know, I have a ton of 1/4 inch, and I have a lot of, you know, when you have a big piece of wood and you're cutting big circles out, because a lot of people order circles, you have lots of scraps. And so I don't want to waste those scraps. So I was using those for tiered trays, but I'll be honest, I really like the 1/8 inch better. I don't know why. I just like the look of it better. Some of the pieces, I think 1/4 inch is fine, but sometimes it's just too thick for these little pieces. Oh, why am I painting that pink? See, I'm talking and I'm not even paying attention. I'm trying to cover that up. We do not want 2 pink bunnies. All right, hold up, y'all. What color is closest to pink? Purple. All right, well, we're gonna do purple over top of that, and we'll do a couple coats and hope we can make him still look purple. Here I am trying to paint all my bunnies the same color. Wood-ever. Okay, thank y'all for linking all that. 1/8 inch from Woodpeckers on Amazon. Woodpeckers might be where I got it from. Now, do you guys sand it? Do you all sand your 1/8 inch wood? Because I'm seeing a lot of little pieces pop up on the 1/8 inch that I'm not used to popping up on the 1/4 inch. Like a lot of just little, you know, like it could stand to be sanded. So maybe do a coat of white first, a base coat, and then sand it, and then use your colors, right? Wouldn't that be how you would do it? Instead of wasting all your colored paint, probably. That's how I would probably do it if I was going to sand these. And I know some people spray paint, but I don't want to spray paint because I'm afraid I'm going to get paint on my edges, and then I'm going to have to paint the edges to make it look clean. And I don't want to do that because I really, really, really hate painting edges. That's not happening. I think the purple one turned out all right. We saved him. Always sand. Anna says always sand. Yeah, if I was selling this, I would sand it. But, you know, I don't sell these completed sets. I probably should sell the ones I make on these videos because sometimes I put them in my house, but sometimes they just sit in a box. A lot of the shakers are just sitting in a box, and I could totally sell them. I just don't get around to it. I know I should do that. But I feel like because I'm working fast on video, I'm not paying as much attention to detail as if I were making them for an order. You know, because I don't want to sit here and fix every little tiny thing while I'm on a video. That would take forever and bore y'all to death. So then I feel like they're not like sale worthy, you know? Yeah, Vanessa, that's true. Spray paint while they're all still in there and you haven't cut them out yet. That's very true. You could do that. All right, those are so cute. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to do one more coat on the pink one. Yeah, if you sanded these, they'd be super smooth. That's another thing I love about the whiteboard. It's just so professional looking. It's so smooth and perfect. I mean, it's just perfect, you know, like it. I love it. I wish that I could just, you know, I wish they had pink board and blue board and red board and, you know, every color board. I would totally buy it all the time. Stephanie says, what kind of laser cutter did I buy? I have a Thunder laser. It's a Thunder Nova. I think they're all called Nova. Thunder Nova 35. So what happened was my friend bought a Glowforge. So this is what happened. Okay, long story not so short. I've had an Etsy shop for probably about 10 years now, I think. And I used to sell vinyl stuff. And I would sell wine glasses and tote bags and shirts and all kinds of stuff. And my mom would come over and she would help me weed. And, you know, it was really fun. We had a lot of fun when, you know, pre-COVID, and my mom came over and did all that and hung out with me. Oh, I want to show you. I'll finish my story here in a second, but I want to show y'all something. I didn't even think about this. Okay, so hang on one second. Hold that thought. Where's my other frame? Oh, it's right here. Okay, my other frame. I want to show y'all how to make something look stained with paint so you don't have to deal with stain. Some of y'all might not care. I might just go ahead and pop these out of here. Hold on. Or not. Let's see. Staining, because you know it takes a while to dry. And it stinks and all that. So I'm going to show you what I do because I don't feel like staining sometimes. Okay, so my mom used to come over and weed for me. My daughter weeded for me. My husband and my son, sometimes they would weed for me. So there's a lot of weeding when you do vinyl stuff, right? And it's very tedious. It takes forever. And, you know, the stuff that used to sell just wasn't selling like it used to. People wanted different things. I sold a lot of wedding items, and my business was just starting to kind of fade a little bit. And I was losing my mojo. You know what I mean? Like hold on, I'm gonna grab my brown paint so I can show y'all. I was just losing my motivation with it. All right, hang on. Where's my brown paint? All right. So I thought, you know what? It's time to go back to nursing. I've been out of nursing. I took almost 6 years off from being a nurse. I was able to stay home with my kids when they were little. I'm so thankful that I was able to do that, and I was able to run a business and do well enough to be able to stay home. So thankful. But it was time because I was losing my skills, and if I was going to go back to nursing, I needed to go back then. So I went back. And I'm really glad that I did because I love my job. I love delivering babies. Tell me if I'm boring y'all to death with my story. However, it is stressful, you know. Nursing is very stressful. Nursing in a pandemic, oh dear Lord. I mean, right? So, I'm like hemming and hawing over what brush I want to use. I think I'm going to use the smaller one. So what I'm going to do here, y'all, real quick. I know I'm trying to tell y'all a story and craft and, you know. All right, I'm getting my brush wet, but I'm getting it like I'm not wiping it off with my paper towel. I want this paint runny. Okay, I want to like dilute this brown paint a little bit. Oh, I didn't tell y'all what color brown that was. That was Decoart Espresso. Whoops, see, I'm not on camera because I'm not in selfie mode, so I'm all weird and not centered. It drives me nuts. Hold on. I'm gonna scroll back up so I can kind of make sure I'm centered here. But then I can't see your comments. What to do? I can't see myself and the comments. All right, y'all comment and tell me if you cannot see what I'm doing. If I ever am like off camera. All right, so I want runny brown paint. This is my frame. I don't need that. So I want runny brown paint. So I went back to nursing. Totally stressed me out. I said I would never go back to being a labor and delivery nurse because of all the nursing that I did, which was always women's health. Between labor and delivery, postpartum, and mother-infant. Yeah, sorry y'all, I can't talk and craft at the same time. I found labor and delivery the most rewarding, but also the most stressful. And my husband was like, you are not going back to doing that again. I was like, well, I think I want to. So I did. And it's been awesome. And I'm still doing it, but I'm only doing 1 day a week because my wonderful friend Joy, so I think this was just meant to be, y'all. My wonderful friend Joy, who was a labor and delivery nurse with me. All right, I'm taking a baby wipe and I just want to wipe this off, okay? I just want to wipe a whole bunch of it off. Just give it a really good, because we just want it to look stained. We don't want it to look painted. That's my staining hack. All right, so Joy, my wonderful friend, she bought a Glowforge. And she was having a ball with her Glowforge. And I had been wanting one. I almost bought a Glowforge. I had really been wanting one. She really made me want one. But I wanted to be able to cut bigger circles without having to do the pass-through thing every time. And I stumbled upon the Thunder lasers. And, sorry, y'all. My poor little nephew, I'm having to decline his video chat. I'll have to call him afterwards. Okay, so see how that looks stained? I mean, it looks, it looks pretty stained, I think. Whoops, centered over here. All right, so that's my staining hack, and I'm going to do it with my other frame too, so I'll just go ahead and do that now. So I ended up going with Thunder Laser. Nothing against Glowforge, absolutely nothing against Glowforge. But that's what I ended up going with, and I'm glad that I did because I do sell larger blanks without having to do a pass-through door. All right, so we're just doing a coat of brown on here, just like we did with the other one. And that was March of last year when I got my machine. And it honestly has taken me a full year to figure the machine out because I had no idea what I was doing at all. I was like, it's a wonder I didn't burn my house down. I mean, not really. I wouldn't have burned my house down, but you know what I mean? Like and I would ask questions there's a big laser group on Facebook, and I'm not trying to bash other groups, but there's a big laser group on Facebook that's like been around forever, laser engraving something or other. And every time I'd ask a question in that group, I would feel so stupid. I would feel like I was the only, like one of very few women, and I would feel so stupid because a lot of really smart engineering type of men would be like, well, you shouldn't have a laser if you don't know the answer to that question. And I'm like, okay, well, I do have a laser and I need to know how to use it. So anyway, so I'm just wiping my brown paint with my baby wipe. So I kind of felt like in the Glowforge groups, a little bit more welcomed, and I felt like I wanted to do projects that were more in line with people who own a Glowforge. I didn't want to do big metal projects. I didn't want to do, engraved tumblers and all that. That just wasn't what I was into. I didn't want to know the technical side of my machine. I wanted to turn it on and I wanted it to cut my wood. You know what I mean? Like that's what I needed it to do. I didn't need a complete engineering lesson on how my machine worked. I mean, that's probably terrible to say that, but that's basically the answers I was getting. I was like, yeah, that's over my head. I'm a nurse and a crafter and I really have no idea what you're talking about. So can you just dumb it down for me, All right, I'm just wiping my hands off with this baby wipe. Can you water the brown down first? I like the method better than wiping the paint on the wipe. I did water the brown down. Yes. It still goes on pretty thick, so I wipe it down with the baby wipe. And it works because then when I'm done, I just wipe my hands off with the baby wipe, right? So then, you know, everything's nice and clean and done. Okay, so we've got this little sign, and we're gonna set that over there. We're gonna do our little bunnies. Actually, we'll do our frame first. Okay, so I'm gonna put him on here. We just want to craft, guys, don't get it. Yes, exactly. You know, no man bashing, no big laser group bashing, nothing personal if anybody's watching this video. But I will just say that I felt real intimidated. So I needed to find my people, right? Y'all know how it is. I'm trying to get this on straight. All right, I'm gonna grab my little, reach over here. I'm gonna grab my little clamps and clamp this on so it'll stay. I should have gotten these out ahead of time, sorry. All right, so I just like to put little clamps on there to get that so I know it's not gonna move. And then I can lay it there and I can kind of work with it while it's going. Here, I'll do 2 clamps so it's not like rocking all over the place. So I can put my bunnies on while it's drying. This glue dries really fast though, so it's not gonna take long. All right, there we go. Now it'll sit flat. Yes, there's a learning curve for everyone, Jillian. You are so right. And I just wanted to know how to cut my wood. That's all I wanted to know. What button do I need to push to get my wood to cut out like I want it? Right? Y'all get me. Somebody asked about files. I just started designing my own files. I did that when I had my Cricut and my Silhouette. I designed files then. So I just sort of transitioned into doing it when I got my laser. And I'm just self-taught with it. I've just watched a zillion YouTube videos on it and just like played with it over the past 10 years and learned how to do it. That's all. It wasn't any place that I went to that I could tell you how to do it. I'm sorry. I wish there was. Okay, are those straight? I think those are straight enough. Oh, that's so cute. Is that cute, y'all? Okay, so this is probably on there good enough because like I said, this dries really quick. So we can set this up here and let this dry. Let the bunnies dry then. Okay. Now, what to do next? All right, for Peeps' sake, all right, this is going to go on our round, whoops, sorry, shiplap circle. Thank you, Jillian. She said, we got you, girl. That's awesome. I think I'm just going to do black for the lettering on there. So I have a black Posca pen. All right, I'm just going to use the bigger one. I need the bigger one. Hold on. That's my thin one. Oh, no, that's gold. I don't want gold. Hold up. That's my black Posca pen. I love painting these when they're still in the, I should have put it on top of the circle before I did this though, because now I'm going to have to take them out and place them. Well, actually they're not in the same spot. Okay, so never mind. I moved them around when I cut them. So they're not laid out like they're going to be laid out on the circle, so never mind. I'm going to have to move them anyway. Yep, you're coming in late. What did you use to cut those with? Faith, to cut what with? The wood? Is that what you're talking about? I cut them out with my laser. How many people do we have on here? I can't even see the screen. 60 some? I can't tell. Yeah, 66. That's awesome. I'm sorry. I don't mean to miss your comments. Did you just say for Peeps' sake? Yes, it says for Peeps' sake. Isn't that cute? So apparently you can cut the, or not cut, engrave the whiteboard. If you engrave it lightly, you get more of a brown look in your lines. But if you engrave it more deeply, then you get it a little bit more of a black look. So I haven't played around with that too much. I feel like mine is kind of brown. I feel like it's not real dark. So I probably could have gotten it darker if I wanted. But there's just so many possibilities with this whiteboard. And the black side. I need to play with the black side. What are the numbers y'all are? Oh, the number of people. I thought you were commenting the temperature where you are. I was like, oh, I'm jealous if it's 73 degrees. That's awesome. Okay, I forgot I even asked that question. We need, which bunny do we need for here? The little bunny. Okay, so our little bunny is going to go on here. And then our letters. Uh-oh, our E. We lost our E. Let's get him out of there. There's our E. Okay. All right. I'm trying to copy my little picture here because I knew I would forget how I wanted this to look. So if you guys are just joining in, the bunny file, because I'm doing the video on it today, is 50% off today only. And the code is bunny. And the link is in the title. Should be up in the title. I did it like, it always asks me when I go live these days. It's kind of a new feature. It says, are you selling something? Do you want to do a live sale? And I'm like, oh, sure, I'll do a live sale. Like I've never, and it lets you link the item. So that's nice. So I always click live sale, but maybe I should just be doing a regular live. I don't know. I'm just trying to navigate Facebook. I have no idea. They're always changing stuff. How do you engrave deeper? So Aisha, for a deeper engrave, my understanding, now again, I have a commercial laser, but generally speaking, my understanding is that you want to go slower or you want to turn your power up for a deeper engrave, right? Or a darker color. You have to really play with it. What you should do is just take a scrap piece of wood and just play with it. Try one setting, and if you don't like that, then try, turn it up a little bit, either the power or the speed up and down, and just find what works for your machine, because everybody always wants to know settings. And quite honestly, I will tell you that, at least for my machine, that every machine is different. So I'm in a group that is just Thunder Laser users, and we share tips and, settings and that kind of thing. And what works for other people's machine that is the same exact machine as mine does not necessarily work for my machine. I have to do a little bit different sometimes. And then once you know what those settings are, save them and keep them in your record. I have a library, and you can go into the library and the settings are there, and then you can change them to what works for you. And then also your focus is very important as well. What fonts do you use, especially for the Peeps? I think the print font is called the Skinny. And Peeps, what is the Peeps one? I think it's called Eyes Wide Open. I'm not 100% because I don't have it in front of me right now. But I think it's called Eyes Wide Open. And yes, I know I can use the 3M tape. Y'all know about me and my 3M tape that I never get it out. So I guess I'm a girl who likes to struggle, right? For some reason, I like a struggle. Sit here and do each word with my glue. Oh, for Peeps' sake. Okay, there is our little Peep sign. Love it. Now, what you could do is you could do one more layer of this paper. Like, I could have painted it white probably and then done the paper over top, and then I wouldn't, because you can kind of see the wood around it. So see, that's why I tell y'all I don't sell stuff that I do on live video, because it's never perfect, because I'm live. So what you could also do is, instead of cutting this with your laser, the cardstock, because it's going to cut it, because it's paper, at least for my machine. My machine is powerful and it gets carried away. And when it cuts something as thin as paper like this, I feel like it cuts it actually a little bit within the outline, if that makes sense. So maybe I need to do an offset if I'm going to cut paper, just a tiny offset. I don't know. But it gets a little carried away, and because it's so hot, and it cuts it a little bit too small. So you could just lay this down and trace it with a pencil and then cut it out by hand. I mean, if you wanted to do that. But, we have a laser, so why do things the hard way when we can do them the easy way with our machines, right? Okay, let's set him over there to dry. You're intrigued at how my edges are so clean. Really? Thank you, Jillian. It must be the camera. It's the illusion of the camera. They're really not that clean, but thank you. I wish they were cleaner. But this is not a project that you really get stuff on the edges. That's just kind of how this project is. Like, there are certainly other things that I do that I get plenty of stuff on the edges. All right, this is our other little framed piece here. And what goes in here is our truck and our little bunnies. Now, the little bunnies have the engraved eyes, so I already cleaned that with alcohol, just rubbing alcohol so that it wasn't all, smeared looking on there. So that's going to go like that. So I think I'm going to paint my truck blue. But also the clean edges, I can tell you that it's the paint pens that really should take the credit. It's not me. That's why I don't paint with a brush if I can avoid it. Plus, I kind of like to do this. To me, this is relaxing to sit here and color with a paint pen. But to color with a brush, I don't really feel that way about that. You just cut paper with your silhouette? Yes, Michelle, you could totally do that. You could cut it out with if you have a silhouette or a Cricut, you could cut it out with that. I guess I should paint the tires black. I was getting ready to paint them blue. Yeah, let me paint the tires black. That would make more sense. Sorry, that little scraping sound of the marker is probably not pleasant on video. I keep seeing like little spots. Y'all probably can't even see them. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Janet. Says she loves my nails. My nails, they need to be redone, but thank you. I love the guy who does my nails is the owner of the shop that I go to, and he is fabulous. His name is Jake, and he's awesome. And he loves doing different things. So he always wants to do like an accent nail or like a decal or something. He's fun. Yes, Jillian, the Posca pens are the way to go. They are on my supply list on my website. There's our little truck. And let's do our little peeps that go in our truck. You've got to finish some cookies, Vanessa. Were you baking cookies the other day? Somebody was baking cookies the other day. I got to go get my cocoa bomb stuff started. Pull all that out. I had a neighbor who asked if anybody made cocoa bombs, and I probably made the mistake of saying, me, I make them. I'm making them this weekend, so now I'm definitely committed. I have to make cocoa bombs. But I wanted to do it anyway, so... But this time, I'm not going to mess up my arm. Did y'all know I injured my arm making cocoa bombs? Is that sad or what? Like, I seriously still have trouble with my arm from standing at my kitchen counter for 2 days doing the same repetitive motion over and over again making cocoa bombs. So, this time I bought, they're called 3-piece molds. If anybody makes cocoa bombs and you belong to the Cocoa Bomb group on Facebook, you'll know what I'm talking about. But they're called 3-piece molds, and there's only one person who makes them, and they are so much easier to make cocoa bombs using her molds, but you literally have to get on a waiting list to get them. And I got on the waiting list. My friend Joy and I split an order of them. So we each have 4 trays, and you can make them so much faster and so much easier, and I'm not going to mess my arm up by having to do that repetitive motion this time. So I'm glad that I can do that. So now I'm looking forward to making cocoa bombs, because the fun part is not making the shells. Making the shells is a pain in the butt. You have some pens, you don't know the brand, you hate them for wood. Are they Heroic? Is this them? That's the other brand that I have, and I don't like them very much. I bought them because I didn't want to shell out the money for Posca pens, and then I quickly realized that I needed Posca pens. I do that all the time. So then I ended up spending more money, and I'm stuck with these other pens that I never use. Although I will say that those pens, I mean, they're not awful, and they do have more colors, at least in the set that I got. So sometimes I do have to pull them out because they have a color that I can't, you know, match in Posca. And the little peeps are riding in the back of the truck. How cute. Isn't that cute? All right, there's our other little piece. I love it. This might be my favorite tiered tray set so far. All right, we are getting there. What do we have left? We have our banner, and then we have one more tag. And this tag has these 2 guys on it, and the other Mod Podge bunny, and then of course our washer. Oh, you know what? I didn't put our bow. There's a bow that goes on the big peep. Hold up for 1 second. So our big peep is dry. So my bow I did with whiteboard, and I just scored the bow on there, so I can just glue it on and I don't have to like do anything else with the bow. And I like that the score lines match the brown in his eyes. So we'll let that dry. Oh, Aisha, you already bought this one. I'm sorry. So maybe what I should do, y'all, comment and tell me if you would rather me do this. Would you rather me make File Feature Friday a new file, a totally new file that, you know, I haven't introduced yet, so that nobody's bought it, and that way it's 50% off for everybody? Because I can do that. I might not be able to do it every single week, but I can probably, for the most part, I can probably swing that. And also tell me what type of project you want to see next Friday. We will be live actually on Friday next week. I'm not sure what time yet, if it'll be 12 or 1. I probably should just stick with 12. Today I had to bump it to 1 because of my kids' schedules and just, you know, things that were going on in my house. And why am I doing? I'm doing it again. I'm painting that the same color. See, I start talking and then I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. All right, we'll make him purple. I feel like pink and purple are like the closest two colors together, so I can kind of cover one up with the other. Is anybody watching anything good on TV lately? I want to watch Virgin River. I heard that was really good. Haven't watched it yet. I'm really wanting my shows to come back on. Dead to Me and A Million Little Things are like two of my favorites, and I'm waiting for those to come back on. I don't think A Million Little Things has come back on yet, right? It wasn't on this week. The spring tiered tray. The spring tiered tray set is bigger than this one, a little bit bigger, so I was afraid that would take forever to do. But I probably, with the whiteboard, I probably could have done a live video on that one. All right. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not loving how he looks against this white. So I probably would use a different scrapbook paper or just paint him the next time. But we're going to go with it since I've already done it and we're live. I feel like he needs to be a darker color to pop against that white. Sorry, I get real quiet when I'm trying to line things up. How is... You're sucked into his Jason thing, the sheriff mess in Texas. Are you talking, Melissa, are you talking about Virgin River? I have no idea. I haven't watched it yet, if that's the show you're talking about, so I don't know anything about like the characters or anything. I'm trying to think of what other shows. I need to get caught up on Call the Midwife. I love Call the Midwife. And I really want to watch Bridgerton, because I heard Bridgerton was good. And last night, I went over to my friend's house because we get together every Wednesday. There's 3 of us who get together and we watch This Is Us usually, and This Is Us didn't have an episode this week. So we watched A Discovery of Witches. Has anybody ever watched that? That was really good. I'm a Twilight girl, though. I love me some Twilight. Just the books, not the movies. The movies are horrible. The books were excellent. So I like Discovery of Witches. It's very Twilight-esque. All right. I think we're done with glue. I don't think we need this glue anymore because we're just going to paint the banner. Oh, yeah, the Queen's Gambit. My husband actually watched the Queen's Gambit and didn't tell me he was watching it. And I was like, what show is this that you're watching? Because he watches a lot of stuff that I have no interest in watching. He's very, like, shows that have a lot of, you know, explosions and guns and, you know, a lot of action kind of stuff. And I'm more into the drama. So, we haven't found a show in a while that we like to watch together. And I really want to find one that we can watch together. So I was bummed that he watched it because I was like, you know, this is actually a show we probably could have watched together. All right, so I'm not going to paint these with paint pens, I don't think, because I feel like that's going to take too long. This is the little banner set. Oh, Yellowstone. Oh, I keep, like, I'm not going to say your name wrong. Is it Laikika? I hope I say it right. Or is it Aikika? Because that's an I, right? I'm so sorry that I'm saying your name wrong because you told me how to say it last time. I'm so bad with names. That Call the Midwife is excellent. I agree. I love it. Probably because I'm a labor and delivery nurse. There's a hair. Get off. There you go. And then, yeah, Yellowstone. That's the other one that I thought that we could probably watch together that he might like. Trying to see your comments. Is that, Rose, which show are you talking about that you said about the second season? Your comments are going so fast that I can't always catch, like, which comments go with which previous comments. Oh, here I go, getting ready to paint pink again, y'all. Stop me. Stop me from painting the same colors. Zoe's playlist is fun, but not a drama show. Okay. All right, this, I'm using too much paint. I'm gonna have to put some of this paint back in here. This is Seabreeze. I did not need to squirt that much paint out, and I hate to waste. Seabreeze is one of my favorite Decoart colors. And it matches that green, pea green. I don't know why it's called pea green. Like pea dot green in the Posca pen. Not like the vegetable. But this matches that color really well. Okay. Let me, while I have that color on my brush, put this paint back in here. Do not need that much paint to do bunnies. Oh yeah, Michelle, Dead to Me. Oh yeah, Gail, The Crown. I've watched the first, I think 2 seasons of The Crown. I think I'm on season 3, but I need to pick it back up again. And Dead to Me, Michelle, is one of my favorites. That needs to come back on. Love it. All right, what color are we doing next? This blue. I think this blue will work. Oh, I gotta shake it. This is Indian Turquoise. But it's not turquoise. Well, okay, yeah, I guess it is turquoise. I don't know why I always think turquoise is like a more green than this, but I guess turquoise, like the stone, is this color. So that makes sense. And Ozark. Yeah, Ozark. I started watching that and I don't know why I stopped. I just haven't watched it in a while, but that was good too. I need a purple, a yellow, and then I'll do a second. I'll probably do a second pink because I still have some pink sitting here. So let me go ahead and do one more pink and then I'll grab purple and yellow. There we go. All right, let me find a purple and a yellow that go with this. Let's see. I moved my paint over here to get it off my craft desk because I was trying to clear up some space. All right. I've got Wild Orchid. So how does everybody feel about the Hobby Lobby getting rid of the 40% off coupon? Are you devastated? Have you heard about it? Do you know about that? Sorry if I'm delivering bad news and you haven't heard of that. Hobby Lobby is apparently not going to be doing their 40% off coupon anymore, which I don't know when it's effective. I don't know if it's already taken effect. But, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Because I know when I was there, you know, if I just needed one thing and it wasn't on sale, then I could use my coupon. So that's a bummer. I guess that's a pandemic-related decision. I don't know. Who knows? Are they planning on running more sales? Oh, the end of February? Yeah. You've never been to Hobby Lobby, Jillian? Do you not have a Hobby Lobby near you? Is that why? I love Hobby Lobby. They have so much neat stuff in there. All right, and this yellow is bright yellow. Yep. Sorry. Somebody said that stinks. Like you just heard it. Yep. Effective in February is what everybody's saying. Yes, you want them to put the discounts in their computer so it doesn't take an hour to check out. Yes, what is up with that? Why do they do that? They have to look at their sales circular to see if they have to put the item on 40% off. It's not in their system. That is so archaic. I mean, no other store does that. Well, I take that back. AC Moore did that. If anybody's ever heard of AC Moore, but they're out of business now. That was another craft store that used to be right down the road from me. It used to be Ben Franklin, and then it was AC Moore. And then it finally went out of business last year. And I heard we were getting a Michael's in the spot, but nothing's there yet. Still sitting empty. So I'm hoping that we get a Michael's there, because that would be nice when Hobby Lobby is closed on Sundays, because that's really close to me. All right, so we have got our little set all painted. Throw my paint out. I'll show y'all all these pieces put together. So what I use for the banner is twine. So, do I have it nearby? Yeah, here it is. No, well, I've got a couple different kinds of twine. This is the one, I don't know where I got it. I usually buy big rolls of it at Walmart. So this is the twine that I use to string the little banner up. But I'm not going to sit here and, like, you know, string that while y'all are on video. But this is what I use to string my banner up. You could use ribbon. You would just have to find, like, some thin ribbon to put through there. But that's what I would use. All right, so I'll show you all the pieces, and then I'll try to get it staged later so y'all can see it all put together. Trying to see if I'm in camera. Yeah, it looks like I'm in camera. There's our big bunny, and then our little shiplap sign right there. So yeah, so that's all our pieces to our Peeps tiered tray. I love how that turned out. I'm telling you, I love me some whiteboard. I love how clean this engraving is. I just think it looks so pretty. All right, guys, that's it. Oh, for this, you could do, like, you know, the ribbon like I did last time. Did y'all see how I did that last time? Do you want me to show you how to do the ribbon on here? How do you attach the banner to your tier tray? So, Emily, let me show you a little hack for attaching the banner to the tier tray. Hold on one second. Because it is kind of heavy and it tends to kind of droop off of there. So and I use these for a lot of stuff. I tend to use these glue dots. Have y'all ever used these for anything? I come from the scrapbooking world. I used glue dots for scrapbooking back in the day. These are the ones that are, do you see what size this is? 1/2 inch. Okay, they come in all different sizes. You can get them at any craft store. You can probably find them on Amazon. They are great for, I mean, they're pretty strong. So if you want it to, like, go around your tier tray and just kind of stay put and not be drooping everywhere, just stick a glue dot on the back of each one and stick it to your, to your tiered tray. And I guarantee you, for the length of time that you're going to have that tiered tray displayed, or if you're just doing it for like a picture, it will definitely hold for you. That's all you need. All right. Excuse me. Okay, so do you want me, Yes, you want me to show you? All right, I didn't pull ribbon though, so bear with me for a second. Ribbon for spring. The only thing is, most of my spring ribbon is really wide. And I don't want wide ribbon for this. Where's that roll? All right, we could use some of this. All right, hold up. Let me see. I've got a bin of ribbon down here. Let me see what I got. I don't know if that's too dark. Yeah, that'll work. This pink stripe. All right, let's do that. I like to grab a bunch of different ribbons. So, all right, so hold on. Let me just grab what I got here. And what else do we have? Does anybody else have just like a giant drawer of Nightmare ribbon? I've got this. I don't know where I got any of this ribbon. I can't tell y'all. I have no idea. Lord only knows. There's white. Oh, goodness. Oh, this one's cute. There's some chevron. That might work. All right, now, if I can remember where I put my lace. My lace ribbon, because I love to do, here's a little piece of burlap. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not, though. So hold on. You use small clothespins. Oh, that's a good idea. Those little mini clothespins to hang your pieces up. That's a great idea. All right, we're going to need that twine. I kept that out. We're going to need the twine. I really want to find my lace. So here, okay. So this is one of my favorites. This little tiny pom-pom, okay? That's one of my favorites. I think that's an old Stampin' Up! Ribbon. Oh, shoot, I'm out of lace. Well, I have to get some more lace when I go to the store next time. This was my lace that I love to use on tags, and I'm just about out. I don't know where I got it. But anyway, that always looked really cute on there, but we're out. Okay. But I do get carried away with how much ribbon I can fit through the hole of these little washers. So y'all just, you know, hang tight for a minute. Let me see. I think I'm going to do about, because I want it to be like that. Okay, so this is probably 12, maybe 12 inches of ribbon. All right, that one. And then, here, let me move these pieces out of the way. So y'all can see what I'm doing here. All right, we're just going to do one of these just to give y'all an idea. Okay, so I've got that white piece, and then this one looks like it'll slide through that washer pretty easily because it's a satin ribbon. And I just cut them at an angle. Is that the Dollar Tree ribbon spool? Yes, Melissa, you're right. It is. That is where I got that. I forgot. And then I like black because I feel like black just makes it pop. So, but just a little touch of like black and white polka dot. And then I don't think we need that one. I feel like we need the pink. All right. And then we already have something white. And I don't think this burlap's going to fit, but we're going to use twine to tie it. So you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So this is probably plenty of ribbon to try to shove through the little washer. All right, so I'm going to get the ribbons. I'm going to do this one in a minute because it's got those little pom-poms on it. And I'm just kind of folding it. Do y'all see how I'm pinching it? I'm just putting it through there. That's all I do. All right. And then hold it down so I can try to get this in there too. because I love the pom-pom. I think it's so cute. Just kind of like that. Try to turn my polka dot one around so you can see it. This is what I like to do with mine. Y'all might do something different. You might tie a bow. This is just what I like to do with mine. And then I'm taking my piece of twine. And this is the kind of little bit thicker twine. That's the one I like to use. But there's all different, you know, thicknesses of it. And that black one just, it wants to flip around, but it's fine. And I'm going to tie a bow. And my trick with a bow is that you go over instead of up so that your bow's not upside down. So I'm going over and like top to bottom, if that makes sense. Because I hate an upside down bow. It drives me crazy. Not that it really matters with this little piece of twine, but you know, it's just what I always do when I do crafts, when I do bows. All right, and then just want to trim these up so they're not, this little pair of scissors is not as sharp as it used to be. It used to be like my sharpest pair. Someone has used my ribbon scissors. That's forbidden, right? Y'all know that. Crafters know about the ribbon scissors. Okay, so ideally we would want this black ribbon to stop flipping over. So, you know, you could see the polka dots because that's cute. But anyway, that's what I do. I just do like a little, you know. All right, well, thank you so much. I'm just seeing if y'all left any more comments. How do you purchase the items? Shannon, you can purchase the file to make this. I don't sell the actual finished items. I sell the file for other people to make it. But some people who purchase my file might sell the completed set. You could probably look on Etsy and see, because they're allowed to use the file to sell the products. Okay, thank y'all so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the project, and I will see you again definitely next Friday for File Feature Friday, but maybe probably before that for another project that I'll throw in. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you later. Bye.